All right, welcome back. Episode 74 of the Young Old Heads podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Tommy, aka TV Sports Cards, and I'm here with my good friend and co-host Max, aka Cards Max, aka Cards Max Fuck the Dodgers edition. Max, how are you doing?
Yeah, fuck the Dodgers. My home team is the best home team, and if you like your home team, then fuck you. I'm doing great on a Monday evening at 7:25 p.m. I'm what the kids say dialed in right now for this podcast.
Yeah, there's been a lot of card news in the last week. We're ready to talk about it. I want to start though with some earth-shattering headlines that came out about PSA posting a Shohei Ohtani PSA 10 Red Ink Heritage rookie auto on their timeline. That is not their card, but the card that you currently own, Max. Tell the people what's going on.
With the Shohei?
Yeah, with the Shohei. What in the submission at large. You
Yeah.
teased the last
So,
episode.
yeah, I did a little teasing because I found out the results. Well, I'm holding in my hand, and if I'm not gonna add any more caveats. Very cool card that I graded at PSA. I get probably biggest card I've ever owned in my entire life. I like that I'm continually breaking that bound, but this will be another one that is tough to beat. PSA 10 Shohei Ohtani Heritage Red Ink autograph out of sex number 69. Ohtani has two red ink autographs. One of them is ball in hand from the high original number, the high 420, and then the high number is the different variation with Ohtani with a bat on his shoulder. A similarly cool card. I really, in general, gravitate towards Heritage Red Ink autos for any rookie card. I'm biased in saying that I think every other player compared to Shohei Ohtani is a value play when looking at Shohei Ohtani, because the Juan Soto equivalent of this is probably a third or a fourth of this. I don't control the market, nor will I ever say to, and my buying and selling habits will never be indicative of that, probably. But yeah, I have the biggest card I've ever owned in my entire life in my hand.
So give people the background on how you obtained this card and how it
So
became a PSA 10.
yeah, so I bought it not as a PSA 10, and I acquired it in trade with a dealer who often has a lot of Shohei Ohtani, who I previously did another Shohei Ohtani deal with. I'm interested in looking at what the original trade was. Tommy, do you have that on hand? Oh, I found it.
I'll pull it up. It's on your Twitter. I was looking at it earlier.
Yeah, I found it. So for a Beckett 9 Shohei Ohtani red ink, I traded away two PSA 10 Aaron Judge Bowman Chrome autos, one PSA 10 Bryce Harper Blue 2012 Topps Chrome auto, one PSA 10 Shohei Ohtani red jersey short print from Topps Chrome, one BGS 95 2017 Shohei Ohtani in the Japan uniform, and a Luka Doncic X Factor Select auto out of, I believe, 99. And I traded this for a Shohei Ohtani red ink auto and $220 or something like that.
And you've been previously kind of annoyed that you weren't able to sell that Harper during the playoff run, right?
It's not that I wasn't able to sell it during the playoff run. I owned it for a while. This trade happened in, I want to say, August or maybe early September. So it was a little bit onset after the injury. But no.
Where was the trade?
It was in Tampa, Florida at a card show.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so we've set the stage.
We've set the stage. I don't know what I was supposed to follow that up with. But yeah, I guess even before this card gemmed, I'm rereading the comments. Oh, the trade was on October 7th that I did this deal. And I'm told by many, I'm quoting at Mike McKenna, "You gave up too much, homie." At card_slayer819, "No one baseball is dead." Digital Giunta, if I mispronounced your name, I love you, but I am not a good pronouncer. But I still love you, Mike. He said, "Man, I think left one," which was the side with 6 cards. But then again, last time I weighed in on one of these, I was convinced the other way. I was convinced the other way once I understood the reasoning. At Ace97 said, "Who ever got the 6-piece robbed TF out the other guy? Holy hell." So yeah, fuck you haters, even though I know not all of you are haters. Fuck you, respectfully. I end up on top, and I'm the king of the universe.
Have you told the dealer that you cracked and got a 10 on it yet?
No, but they knew that I cracked with a Beckett 9 and sent it in for a Beckett 9, and that I got the exact same subgrades. They did know that.
So
And
you
they,
already sent this card to Beckett.
yes.
Wow. What was the thought process for PSA? You just were like, let's just roll the dice again?
If it nines, well, at worst, it's probably worth 10% more than a Beckett 9. That was just my thinking. I wasn't trying to play the game with this. I was just like, oh, I'd rather have a PSA 9 than a Beckett 9.
Well, fair enough, fair enough. Well, PSA did post this card on their official Instagram and official Twitter accounts last week, during the week, and I think every person responded saying that's Max's card, that's Max's card. So
Yeah, I had
congratulations.
some fun endearing comments with that, so that was fun. So yeah, I'm very like cardboard. I guess you could say I'm cardboard rich right now. I don't know. I'm holding some big cards as we enter baseball season, or big for me at the very least.
What else was in that PSA submission? I know you had some other big cards in there.
Oh, I got killed on the rest of it. I had a select XRC Patrick Mahomes that was a PSA 9 that turned into a PSA 9. I had a select field level silver Patrick Mahomes that was a PSA 9 that turned into a PSA 9. I had a Mahomes Black Pandora downtown that was a PSA 9 and turned into a PSA 9. And then I had a Connor McDavid foil Young Guns that was a Beckett 9.5 and turned into a PSA 8.5. So PSA does its job right. I got lucky. That's it. PSA is a great grader. They grade consistently. And
So
there's
wait,
nothing else to read into from that.
the 8.5 that you got on the McDavid, is that like a standard grade that they'll give you an 8.5, or do you have to like put in that you want a half grade option?
Yeah. I think three of the biggest mysteries in the world is if we really landed on the moon, how actually I'm not going to get into more conspiracies. But yeah, the PSA 8.5 is a big conspiracy. Anecdotally, I've noticed it highest on foil cards or cards with chipping and edge wear, even though mine was once graded back at 9.5. That's just like my inclination is that they give it more often to foil cards. And I looked in the pop report, and even though there were like 50 of these graded, mine was the second 8.5 graded, not just it wasn't just the first 8.5. So very surprising. I've graded hundreds of cards in my life, and that's the first PSA 8.5 I've ever encountered. But someone once said try everything at least once.
Well, I'm happy for you, Max. It seems like you're still coming out well on top of that submission, even though you didn't win any other of the cards, right?
Yeah, I mean, I am not complaining at all.
Fair enough, fair enough. Were you at a card show this weekend, Max? I feel like
I
you
was.
were.
I traveled to the Raleigh Card Show in Raleigh, North Carolina. I had a fun time. It wasn't too incredible. It's a show that I've been to, but not in 2 or 3 years. I personally probably wouldn't travel to it again. I had friends in the area, which made it a more attractive travel. So I would travel to see my friends, just maybe not travel just to go to the card show outright. I enjoyed that I'm able to travel to different parts of the country. I am also happy that my hurricane watch did not end up canceling my flight back. So let's go. Um, the show was a little bit boring. One of the cooler items I bought was a Jackson Holiday Gold Top Prospects auto out of 50. Not a first Bowman, but a cool insert auto from the show. And everything else is just kind of like, yeah, you'll see it on Twitter, and yeah, you'll think it's neat. And then it's like, yeah, it'll just ebb and flow. But there weren't that many cool cards that I bought.
What's the best Bowman prospect insert in the game?
That's probably a good question.
How
Ooh,
is Bowman? How does Bowman not have any like interesting inserts?
one of my lamps just went out. Yeah, Bowman historically did. Oh, the lamp went back on. Bowman historically has like, I really enjoyed their 25th anniversary or their 35th anniversary. Bowman is back. I know for 2020 they were doing like the 1999 or 1989 design. That was really cool. They did that again in 2014. I think when they've referenced older iterations of Bowman, maybe like I don't know, maybe a superstar quarterback getting a throwback insert or something like that. I think it's done well for Bowman, but in general, it's been very hit or miss.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, you teased what we wanted to talk about next, which was Bowman Chrome's out. We aren't prospect nerds. We won't go too deep into the checklist or anything, but it's hard to miss when Michael Rubin pulls all his contacts out of his phone and tells them all to post videos about a certain card that's in the checklist. So Max, do you want to give the people what are you what is there to chase in Bowman Chrome this year?
Well, I will give the preface of me being a wax hater that if you're opening up any wax product, unless maybe you're the garbage man, that if you touch wax, you're probably operating at a loss. And if you can find some of the small little niches or the online exclusives, and the thing with those is that it's very easy to see after the fact, but before the fact, not as much, then you might be able to make a profit. But those are so few and far between. Like, just to highlight, I've seen people absolutely kill it on their Topps Bob Ross sets, and they are swimming in cash and Abraham Lincoln by the poolside. Not me, because I didn't buy them, and I'm petrified of wax. But I think the general rule of thumb is that the more people that open it, the more likely you are to lose money on the product.
Fair enough. You didn't even answer my question, though.
I know. I wanted to get into a little tangent.
Well, I feel like you've been burned by some bad products that you invested in and thought were going to be good, like first year Bowman Chrome U, Topps Finest Basketball, like some of these products that you. What are some other ones?
First edition 2022 is probably like the worst buy I've had, considering I bought it at $350 from Topps.com. Everyone was attracted to the aspect that the first edition stamped Wander Francos would be out of 5,400 total copies. And they peaked at about $700 to $800 for a box. And I decided not to sell. And then I sold my box for about, I think, $100 or $150. So
take your money and run when it comes to wax, I feel like.
Yeah, it's very tough to make money in the long run because the wax has to be scarce and people have to actually want to open it. And people that actually want to have to open it have to be either breakers or complete people that have a disregard to their money.
Yeah, and breakers
a lot of regard to their entertainment value.
Fair enough. But we are kind of skipping the point here, which is breakers are excited because Tom Brady has cards in Bowman Chrome in the Expos uniform. It looks like he has some fun inscription autos. We got all the Topps pseudo people doing all videos about it, getting people riled up, trying to chase these Tom Brady autographs. Max, do you think that the Tom Brady Bowman Chrome card is cool or not cool?
I think it's neat. At the same time, I'm not in the scope to answer. I mean, I'm a card man. I'm a hobbyist. I'm a true collector, but I am not a football head. And I can't tell you cool Tom Brady cards from uncool Tom Brady cards. I can tell you what I think is cool. I think Heritage Real One autos of Tom Brady are cool, and I think Tom Brady's mid 2010s chrome refractors are cool. And I think this one is okay. I mean, they have the photo choice, which is iffy. It doesn't really show Brady very well. That's not to say that my opinion trumps everyone else's, even though I'll jokingly say that it does. But I don't have the scope as a football appreciator to say it's a marquee, iconic football card.
Yeah, I think I saw a bounty out there for like $100K for the Superfractor auto. I'm not too worried about this as a layman, but it's cool to see Fanatics doing stuff that gets people excited. I think that they will run this into the ground with other Brady autographs and baseball uniforms and future baseball products. I guarantee we'll see Heritage Minor League Tom Brady, Real One Auto, stuff like that, I feel like in the future.
Do you remember when Topps got the license for Mickey Mantle in about, I want to say it was 2021. I don't think it was 2022. It was 2021, I think. And then they pumped Mantle on so many Topps cards, and people stopped caring so quickly.
Yeah, I can imagine. I pulled so many Mickey Mantle home run chase cards back in the day, and like whatever,
Those
07, 08. Those are sick, but you can only pull so many random numbered home runs out of those,
And imagine doing that in 2023, which is literally the present year.
I can't. I can't. I hope that Topps continues to put some cool cards that are not necessarily the people that you'd expect to hit in the checklist in sets like this. So in general, I support the move. Do I think it's worth all the hubbub that they're riling up? Probably not, but I'm not I'm not gonna hate on something that is relatively cool.
Yeah, the Bowman people always know what they're doing. Like they know how to zag when I'm zigging and zig when I'm zagging and zag zigging even. The
Well,
elusive movement that no one talks about.
I heard the Giants actually have a real prospect that's supposed to be good in the checklist, so I might have to check it out, but we won't dive into this checklist. I'm sure you'll start flipping cards of dudes in this
Yeah,
in
like
the
three,
Bowman
three,
Chrome.
4 months from now. Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. 3, 4 months. Let's wait for spring training for that, Max. But I had some card activities this weekend. I went to the my local card shop, Elite Sports Card. I hadn't been there in a little bit. Hung out with my boy Ronnie, and Ronnie had some hangers that I know were interesting to you. But he had 2015 Series One and 2014 Series Two hangers. So I obviously was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna rip one of each." I ripped a 2014 Series 2 hanger box that ended up getting a Marcus Simeon orange hanger exclusive rookie card, which I was pretty excited about. I also pulled a Craig Kimbrell red hot foil or whatever they called it that looked pretty
Red
nice on the
hot.
Braves.
So great.
Yeah, they look so sick. But I actually got 4 colored parallels in my 2014 Series 2 hanger box, which I can't imagine doing nowadays. I got 2 of the hanger exclusive orange, the red hot, and then a gold of some random Padres guy. But
Yeah, I want to say, I mean, just spitballing. I want to say the red hot foils are one out of every 2 packs, and the golds are like maybe in a hanger, one out of every three. So I mean, you beat the odds, and then you all got the hanger exclusive. But
yeah,
at the same time, they were just easier to hit back then.
I
Back
should
in
I should have saved the box to look at the hits. But I know you were ripping 2014 tops is near and dear to your heart, right?
I ripped so much 2014 Top Series 1 with Mike Trout on the cover, and 2015 is with Puig on the cover, or is 2014 with Kershaw on the cover.
2014 Series 2 has Kershaw.
2015 Series 2 is Posey.
Yes, which I need to get my hands on some of that sealed wax because I want to
Yeah.
hold some posy wax.
I've seen some collections where they just have every product that the player has been on the front of, and I think those collections are so cool.
Yeah, I love that stuff. My 2015 Series 1 hanger was absolute trash, but I did hit 5 different inserts, which got me thinking about the fact that nowadays, if you rip a 2023 Topps hanger box, you're pretty much only going to hit those stars of the MLB inserts. You're gonna hit 3 or 4 of them. But the 2015 hanger, hitting that many different inserts, even though they weren't necessarily valuable or rare, made the rip a lot more enjoyable than ripping the modern day flagship where you have the one standard insert that they dump and absolutely print to the moon. So that was my one takeaway from that box. 2015 had some fun design, was a nice design, kind of a different vibe than any other year, really. It kind of stands out, sort of like 2007 stands out in the decade. But those were fun, Max. I enjoyed ripping some old products. I shot the shit with Ronnie about. I told him about how when I'm gambling, I want to have better odds, and I would rather rip the older products with better odds than the whatever 2023 Topps Chrome Update Sapphire Edition box that he had sitting on the shelf.
Yeah, at the very least, you're getting more gamble per dollar, as we may or may not like to say.
Yes.
But the problem is, I guess, like the chaser can cover the box. There's not many products out where the base parallels are covering everything, and that's going to be difficult to maneuver in general. But at least you got high entertainment from it.
Yeah,
You got
exactly.
how much, or how much? If I ask, how much were the hangers each?
They were 20. I think this 2014 one was like $25, and the 2015 one I think was $20. So not crazy. He said he had a storage room full of these things, so I was like, "Fuck it, man! I'm gonna rip one just for fun."
Yeah,
I
that's a good deal. You
Yeah,
win.
I won. I won. I had fun, but hadn't talked about any of my rips lately, so I wanted to throw that one out there.
Hmm.
All right, Max. I think it's time for eBay buys of the week. And then we have special segments unless I forgot something.
This is all you because for the first time in a very long time, I have zero eBay buys.
Well, can you talk about your other buys though? Because I know you bought some other
Yeah.
cards on other
Yeah.
marketplaces and that you didn't
I
want.
had the sickest lot that I bought of Upper Deck 2009 Sweet Spot patches, and I'm going to show them in the camera for in the second, like the camera can see it. These are all game used. This is a disgusting Orlando Cepeda 3-color patch out of 30, a Eddie Matthews out of 41, 3-color, Dave Winfield. Like it has this Padres orange and yellow, and there's so many colors. It's so complicated. Like that's gorgeous. Outside of the team bag covering it, that's at a 50, and I have this Joe Morgan at a 50. All of this stuff is game used, and it's better than the stuff that you would see in like normal manufactured, or even like the manufactured packs are cool. Or excuse me, the manufactured patches are worse than these actual game used patches. I have this
What
same.
was the thought process with this? I rarely see you picking up patch cards of legends.
Oh, I just found them at a good deal. Like that was just entire. I mean, I know that's not interesting, but that was entirely it. I found them at a good deal, which I was happy to get.
And just for the record, I tried to get Max to really go deep on this deal, but he told me no. So you guys don't get any info on how Max obtained these other than that it was online
And that they were sick.
and that they're sick.
And
So
that the cards are sick.
I hope, Max, you do a little post about the sick patches that you got. But if you're into game used patches of Hall of Famers, hit up Max. He might be able to hook you up.
Yeah, maybe.
You didn't
And
buy a single thing, not even on the auction sites
I
or
had,
anything last week?
I had 0 online buys from PWCC, Heritage, any auction, vintage, whatever, eBay, conglomerate. Like I have 0 buys from them for this
Yeah.
week.
All right. Well, I'll go through mine then, I guess, Max.
Yeah,
Shit.
please do.
So my first buy is from Australia. So you know it's a basketball card. I got a 2014 Klay Thompson Prism orange die cut out of 139. Are you familiar with these 2014 orange die cuts?
I am.
They are sick cards. Definitely encourage people, if you're a player collector, to check out those. They do run for a little bit of a premium. I was bidding on 2 cards from this Australian seller because I wanted to, combine shipping, obviously. So I kind of ended up getting shafted on this because I only won this card, and it ended up costing me. Oh shit! This is Australian dollars. I have no idea how much it cost me. Oh wait, fuck. Well, whatever 54 Australian dollars is what it cost me. I bought a Panini Instant card of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond from the 11/30/23 game. That was
Cool.
November 30th, 2023, which is obviously all their numbers. So Panini Instant capitalized on this. I got the card for $9, free shipping. I think if I would have bought one card, like just the instant card off of Panini's website, I think it ends up costing you like almost $20 to buy one card. So my play here, buy it from the guy who's buying big lots of them. There's no chances for parallels anyway when you do Panini Instant. It's not like Topps Now where you can get parallels hunting. So bought that, easy money. Klay, Draymond, and Steph have a shockingly few amount of cards where they're the only 3 guys on the card. So I figured that's it. That's an easy one. Our friend of the podcast, what's his name? I have to look this up.
I don't know
Sorry.
who you're thinking of.
I know who I'm thinking of, but obviously that doesn't matter because it does not matter. It is those back pages. Everyone knows Eric. He was posting a bunch of Tim Lincecum cards on the timeline. Tim Lincecum, very hard to find rare parallels from his playing days. I bought a 2010 Topps Black ERA leaders of Tim Lincecum, Chris Carpenter, and J.R. Jurgens. I forget how to pronounce that guy's name. He was good for like 3 years. Topps Black flagship I got for $12 plus $1 shipping. Easy money. I bought a 2023 Black Wilmer Flores out of 72. Wilmer Flores put the Giants offense on his back last year, so I had to put some respect on him. I bought that for $4 plus $1 shipping. And then I bought a 2022 Topps Update Memorial Day Camo Joe Ross out of 25 for $2 plus $2 shipping. Joe Ross was friends with my best friend's brother growing up, and they played baseball together. So I actually went to Joe Ross's high school graduation party. Fun fact.
Was it a good party?
It was a decent party. He's a super nice guy. He's been riddled with injuries in his career, but has started a World Series game for the Nationals, which is random. But I pick up stuff of his if I can find it super cheap. So that was my buys of the week, Max. But I saved a little segment here for us at the end. I'm gonna go through. So for the next few episodes at least, I'm gonna pick one of my PCs and I'm gonna give you my top 3 cards from that PC. And how it's gonna go is I'm gonna present them to Max. I'm gonna put them in order, 3, 2, 1. Explain the reasoning behind those cards, and then Max has to tell me his ranking of the cards based purely as a card appreciator and a
I'm
card
so
dealer.
dialed
You're super dialed in. So without further ado, these are Tommy's top 3 Klay Thompson cards in his collection today. Number 3, we got this 2013-14 Red Hot Select Silver out of 25, serial numbered 11 out of 25, jersey number. This is a second-year Select insert. I think the Red Hot inserts are a throwback to a 90s insert from Select Baseball. But this card is just fucking sick. It refracts so nice. Jersey number 11 out of 25. I got this card for $100 at the Las Vegas card show last year from a dealer who had the sickest Warriors and Giants cards in the game. And I was like, dude, I am not walking away from this Select jersey numbered second year card. Big fan of these. These early year selects are always really nice. If you can get the silvers, they're rare as hell. I mean, out of 25 for a silver in parallel would never happen in today's Panini. Really nice card. I got this in a one touch. All these cards are actually in one touches, shockingly. So that's number 3. Number 2, we have 2011-12 Fleer basketball. Fleer Showcase Klay Thompson, serial numbered 45 out of 150. This is actually a base card that's numbered out of 150. It is just it's hard to show it on the camera, I guess, here, but it is just sparkly as hell. It's one of the prettiest cards ever. I actually got racked this card by my good friend Nick at Euphoric Cards on Twitter, who has just some of the sickest basketball cards ever. He has an amazing Kevin Durant PC that I'm contributing to this week. But this card, I actually saw Klay Thompson play basketball live for the first time at Cal Berkeley's game against Washington State when Klay dropped 36. So Washington State Klay, even though it is, Washington State uniform, not Warriors uniform, this card is just pretty as hell. Serial numbered rare. Also, famous young old heads fact that 2011 does not actually have any true rookie cards from that year for guys because of the lockout. So this is one of the few Klay Thompson cards that was actually made during his rookie year. Extremely sick, extremely rare. These go for about $100 when they come up. I think they should go for more in the long run. That's number 2. And then the number 1, Max, is probably not too much of a surprise to people, but this is my 2017 Panini Eternal out of 10 NBA Finals game used patch, 2-color patch, yellow and blue. This is from Game 3 of the 2017 Finals, where the Warriors won 118-113. Just a sick card. I mean, I've talked for a while about my love for really specific game used patches. Nothing gets better than the NBA Finals. We got a picture of Klay stroking a 3 in the NBA Finals. I got this at the Chicago Sports Spectacular last spring, I want to say, for I think $125. NBA Finals, nice patch. I don't think I can get better than this, other than maybe a nicer Finals patch. But talked about this. This is the number 1 card in my Klay Thompson collection. I might change my mind tomorrow, but I don't think I'll change my mind about this one being number 1. All right, Max. Which card is sickest to you out of those 3?
Before I even get into that, I have to ask the question that I know some people that have been following this podcast for 74 episodes have on their mind. Do you own any Klay Thompson autographs? And if so, which and how many?
How many is a good question. I own...
None of those 3 cards were autographs.
I own four Klay Thompson autographs. I have 3 rookie autographs. So Klay doesn't sign that much. So most of his autos are from his rookie or second year. I have a National Treasures rookie auto, dual auto with Kent Bazemore. That's just a banger. National Treasures rookie dual auto with another Warriors rookie, Kent Bazemore, legend. I think I got that for like $80. I have an out of 25 Brilliance rookie auto out of 20. Yeah, out of 25. I already said that. That one I just got because it was rare. It's a sticker auto too. And then I have that one. And then I have an on-card rookie auto that I got for like $150 at a show a couple years ago. And then I have one in-person auto that a guy from Twitter. Shit, I'm butchering all this right now, but
Well, I
some guy
asked
from
you this
Twitter.
off the-
So basically, in 2020, this guy put out these packs that were 30 for 30, where he did one pack for each NBA team, $30 each per pack. I snuck in the Warriors one, and he blessed me with a bunch of sick cards, and then also a Klay in-person auto that I have. Oh, I also have a index card signed by Klay that some guy on Twitter just gave me too, and I need to remember his but I have an index card. So technically I have 5 Klay Thompson autographs, but I was thinking about that too, Max, before making the list before this episode. The autos just, I've spoken about it before. They just don't do it for me.
No, I love that. Boring answer, but ball, you got the order correct, in my
Fair
opinion.
Fair enough.
I really like the Flair Showcase was the one that was most conflicting and controversial, I guess, in my head. Controversial is an incorrect word. I'm very critical of my word choice, but definitely the one that I was mentally and acrobatics for, in that I like and dislike that it's a 90s homage. I think 90s homages are so overdone. I don't like that, even if it is licensed, kinda, it's a college uniform. I don't like that. I do love just the photography of it and how simple it is, and that's how people are attracted to those 90s inserts as well. Yeah, this card puts me in acrobatics. I enjoy that it is a 90s homage, but at the same time, I partly dislike that. I love its simplicity. I don't know the technical artist terms. The card fornicates, even if it's a college card. The select, what is it, fired up?
Red hot.
Red hot. I don't mean the shit on your card. Yeah, the red hot. It's cool. It's also a 90s thing, maybe 2000s, something like that. Red hot 25 is cool. Jersey number is cool. But if I were to rank it higher, it would solely be because it's licensed and the other one isn't. And in this context, that's not enough for me to rank it higher than second. Rank the fired up select higher than third. Yeah, I said fired up. Game use finals, 2-color, wicked. Even though it's Panini insert, it really does make me question both that people buy those just to resell without any parallel chase, as well as are they overall underappreciated in the hobby, the Panini instance. But game use finals, even anything game use is hard to find. Game use finals, it just has to be higher, even if the card isn't aesthetically nearly as comparable to the others.
Thank you for that appreciation of my cards, Max. I appreciate you talking about my cards for a little bit. But before we end the podcast, the people need to hear about your endeavors in the gambling world. Not cardboard related, but what have you been up to?
Yeah, I signed up for plus EV sports betting thing. I'm saying thing because I don't even know like the technical language, but it's I don't. This is my first day doing it. I have 32 bets going on right now. I don't know what's going on. I just hope I end up green. So we'll report back next week. But
Dude,
most of them, what?
your first day and you're 32 bets in. This is like oh, I've never gone swimming before. Throw me into the depths of the ocean.
Yeah, it's like I apparently have Benedict Mathurin under 1 3-pointer, and he's already at 1, and it's only the second quarter. But that's where I roll. I'm gonna make money off this, and if I don't, then I won't be making money off this because there's only 2 alternatives. I'm not a sports bettor, but I'm having fun until I don't have fun. So we'll see how this ends up.
I feel like after your Shohei crack, you're like, oh, I'm all in on
No, it's
gambling.
totally not that. I am more frugal than ever, and I will wince if I'm paying more than $20 for a meal, as long as it's not like a really high end meal.
Fair enough. Well, did you have any weird interactions with dealers in Raleigh that you want to get off your chest? Any beef?
No, this was a nice show.
Did you walk the floor with any homies, or were the homies strictly not card related friends?
I saw a few card related friends that I knew would be at the show. I saw my friend Zion, who is PBG Cards on Instagram. I saw Mr. Raul Slaga Cards who is everywhere. I mean, Raul's the man. I saw Mr. Wiz the Collector. Sky is a great person, and he's active on Instagram. Not a lot of Twitter people. Just Raul is on Twitter, but yeah, it was not a highly traveled to show, and it was the same weekend as the Hofstra New York show. So it definitely questioned whether I need to schedule more trips to New York in my future.
Nice. Well, I'm bummed that you didn't have any funny interactions, but also glad for you that you got to see your friends, Max.
Yeah,
I
well, I'm
feel like
bummed that we are not seeing each other in Chicago soon, and that's
I
due.
know.
soon.
I know. I think the next card show I'll go to will be the. I'm hoping to get my friend Errol to drive out to Shipshawana in
I
March.
love Errol. You know I do.
Yeah, Errol's the man. Big soccer collector, who is my friend from college, who I got into cards a few years ago, and he is stockpiling mid 2000s soccer cards, and it's a great time watching him accumulate. He is not on social media. He is just buying on eBay, and now it shows whenever I force him to come out to a show.
I love that you're using the word accumulate.
Well, accumulation is really the game, dude. I I just accumulate cards. Sometimes it's collecting, sometimes I'm just accumulating, dude. There's a difference between the two things.
Yeah.
Max, this has been a fun one, jam packed. We kept it short after last week's hour long one. What do you got to tell people though? The people wait all episode for your parting words.
Do not bet on CS:GO.